Solving equations, no solution and infinite solutions. When solving equations, the most common result is that the blank equals some blank, that the unknown value equals some number. When that happens, we know that the number, whatever number it is we find, is the only number that will make the equation true when we plug it in for the unknown. Now we will look at example 1. It says to solve and check, then check two other numbers. All right, so to solve here, we're going to, well, we have a 3 times x. The inverse operation of multiplication is division. So we divide by 3, and we get x is equal to 6. Now we check by plugging in 6, our solution, into the original equation. So we have 3 times 6, and it says equals 18, and that's right there. 3 times 6 is 18, so we have 18 is equal to 18, and that checks. That's good. We solved, and we found that the answer was 6. When we plugged it back in, it came out to be true. Now let's check two other numbers. It says then check two other numbers. So we're just going to pick any numbers we want. So I'm going to plug in, how about 4. So here I took my original equation and I plugged 4 in for x right there. Well, let's see, 3 times 4, that is 12. And we have 12 is equal to 18. No, 12 doesn't equal 18. That's not true. That does not work. So that means 4 is not a solution to the equation. Well, that's good. We said that 6 was the solution to the equation. So 4 should not be. And that's great. Worked out just right. We're going to check another one. This time I'm going to plug in -1. And 3 times -1 is -3 equals 18. -3 does not equal 18. No, that's not true. Maybe instead of an X, I should have put not true there. Let's actually do that. Not true. Not true. Because X looks like our unknown value X, and we don't want that. All right? Okay. Now, sometimes when we solve an equation, the result is an equation that is not true. When this happens, we know that there are blank numbers that can be plugged into the equation that will make it blank. There are no numbers that can be plugged into the equation that will make it true. We can't check all the numbers because there are too many. There are an infinite number of numbers, but we could check a few if we wanted. So we're going to look at example 2 here. It says to solve and check two numbers. So I'm going to solve. My first step is I'm going to try to get all of my x terms on one side. So I'm going to subtract 2x on the left and the right. That will make this a 0. And it will also make that a 0. So all we have left are 1 is equal to -3. 1 equals -3. Does 1 equal -3? No, that's not true. So that means there are no solutions. That is our answer. No solutions to the equation. So now we're going to check two numbers. We're just going to check two numbers and see if they come out to be true. We can pick any numbers here. So let's see, I'm going to pick, how about 4? So 2 times 4, so I'm plugging in into our original equation. I'm going to plug 4 in there and 4 in there. Okay, so that's going to be a +1 equals -3 plus 2 times 4. All right, so 2 times 4 right here, that's 8, plus 1 is equal to -3, and 2 times 4 there is also 8. On the left, 8 plus 1 is 9. Negative 3 plus 8, that's 5. 9 equals 5. No, that is not true. And that's good because we thought there were no solutions to the equation, which means there is no number that we can plug in here for x and get a true statement. We're going to try some other answer, just some other number, just to see if it works. How about, let's see, 2 times 1. Or no, negative 1. Yeah, negative 1. Plus 1 is equal to negative 3 plus 2 times negative 1. All right, 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2, plus 1 is equal to negative 3, and then 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2. Well, on the left, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, and on the right, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. Not true. So that means that negative 1 is also not a solution. And that's good because we said there were no solutions. All right, there's one more special case when solving. So another special solution occurs when we solve an equation and the result is an equation that is true. So we might solve and we get a true equation. When this happens, we know that any number we plug into the equation will make the equation true. We say that the equation has infinite solutions or infinitely many solutions. Like with no solutions, we can't check our solution because there are too many and really too many numbers. Sorry, I made that too short there. There are too many numbers. So we're going to look at example 3 over there. Solve, then check 3 numbers. So we're going to solve right there. And we're going to solve first. I'm going to see that I can combine those terms and I get 4x minus 7 is equal to 4x minus 7. I could stop right here because it's the same on the left and the right, but I can also subtract 4x, and then I will get negative 7 is equal to negative 7, and that tells me that we have, it's true, this is just a true statement. Negative 7 really does equal negative 7. So we have infinite solutions. And that means that no matter what number we plug in for x, this equation will turn out to be true. So let's try a few numbers. So let's see. First, I'm going to try plugging in, let's say, 1. So 1 plus 3 times 1 minus 7 is equal to 4 times 1 minus 7. All right, on the left, this is 3. So I'm going to have 1 plus 3, that's 4, minus 7 is equal to, this is 4. 4 minus 7 is negative 3. On the left, 4 minus 7 is negative 3. And on the right, we have negative 3. So that 1 checks. 1 is a solution to our equation. Next, we'll try, how about 4? So we have 4 plus 3 times 4 minus 7 is equal to 4 times 4 minus 7. All right, this is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 12 is 16. So I'm going to put 16 minus 7 is equal to 4 times 4 is 16. 16 minus 7. And on the left and the right, 16 minus 7, it's 9 for both of them. So that means 4 is a solution to the equation. And I didn't give us enough room here. Let's just do off to the side over here. So let's try -2. All right, so we're going to have -2 plus 3 times -2 minus 7, and I'm going to need to scoot that over. I hope you didn't need to. You might. You probably don't have it digitally like this, so I apologize if I led you down a bad path there. Sorry. All right, so I've plugged everything in. This is going to be -6 right there. So we have -2 minus 6. That's -8 minus 7. Oops. Oops. Right here, I messed up. I substituted in 4. I should have substituted in -2. Sorry about that. Whoops. Hope you caught that. 4 times -2 is -8 minus 7. -8 minus 7 is -15 equals -15, and -2 checks. Notice we tried 3 numbers, -2, 4, 1. They all worked. That's because they all should work. We have infinitely many solutions there. And those are the special solutions, no solution, and infinite solutions.